Jack and I have always been avid travellers. We draw a lot of inspiration and creative will from our travels, but that works at its best when our travels themselves are inspired. And that is why this month in our Things section, we're sharing magazines that inspire our travels. There are of course a myriad publications out there, and if like me you're a sucker for print, you'll be familiar with a lot of them. So we set out to discover some smaller, more independent magazines to show you guys. One of our favourite places to get magazines in London is Wardour News, which is on Wardour Street in Soho. It looks like your average newsagents from the outside, but believe you me, it is a print lover's dream from the inside. The variety of publications they sell is impressive, and they get bonus points for being run by a lovely man called Raj. We also stopped by Good News, which is on Berwick Street in Soho. Got some more. And Magma is also always a safe bet. I'm sure a lot of you will agree that good magazines are best accompanied by a good coffee or a good tea or equivalent hot drink. So we brought our magazines home and got ready for a good old lazy Sunday morning reading session with a hand-pressed brew.
You good?
Yeah, it's nice. So we just wanted to share with you some of our favourite, most inspiring magazines for travel. They're not necessarily travel magazines. They're magazines that we like to look through that give us kind of that lust to go somewhere and to explore and discover and go on an adventure, and magazines that inspire our photography as well. Obviously we love magazines like Serial and Suitcase magazine, but we're not going to talk about those because you probably know all about them. We're going to introduce some of our favorite independent magazines and some lesser known ones so that you guys can go check them out and see if you like them as well.
So we did a raid on Soho yesterday for new magazines, and I discovered this one, which is the Collective Quarterly, and this is the first one that I'm going to recommend to you guys. So the Collective Quarterly is a team of journalists that go and embed themselves, or live basically, in the location that the magazine is based on. So each magazine is based on a single place, and this one's the Mojave Desert. It's issue 6. They call that slow journalism, which is living in the place that they're kind of talking about and making a magazine about. It's amazing. The reason I really like this magazine is the kind of variety of content. So there's some short stories in there with graphic illustrations, which are pretty cool, so you can get stuck into those. The visuals are amazing. There's a section with a kind of solar power plant in the middle, and the way the visuals stack up in that every time you turn the page, it's incredible. It's like you're zooming out. It's amazing, and then you get a big reveal at the end, and it just makes you go wow. And then at the end you've got a Rambler's Guide, which is basically if you wanted to go and follow the editorial team through where they had been on their journey for your own experiences, you can do that by following the Rambler's Guide. So that is the Collective Quarterly. It's thicker than most of the books we're reviewing. It's a bit more expensive, but I think it's well worth it, so check that one out.
So my first pick is Water. I think it's actually called the Water Journal, but it just says water on the front. Firstly, can we talk about this logo, because it is beautiful, simple, minimalist. The cover is just stunning, and basically that is what the whole magazine is like. There is not a single page in here that doesn't just make me so happy inside. I do love a good printed magazine. It just makes me so happy. But the reason I really like this magazine is that it's based around a concept, which is water. And so rather than focusing on a place, they've taken this geographical feature of water and built their stories around that. And I think that's super interesting. It's a really inspired take on travel journalism and photography. I think the blurb actually reads, Water Journal is a biannual publication exploring the beauty and complexity of all things water, and that's basically what it is. It explores all things water, and it is just stunning. The imagery in it is fantastic. So yeah, check this one out.
Okay, so my second favourite magazine is Sidetrack. Sidetrack is produced by a UK-based team of basically adventurers, and that's why I like it. They publish this 3 times a year, and this one was published in February. It's volume 9, so it's quite a back kind of catalogue, and all of them are amazing, I've got to tell you. The mission of Sidetrack is about adventures and expeditions and connecting you as a reader to the experiences of those people on those expeditions. I don't think any of the other magazines that we've chosen are so focused on adventures and expeditions per se, and that's why I love this magazine, because it's all about the adventure, and that's why it's so inspiring, and that's why I love it so much. One of the features I really like about this magazine is that there's a great diversity of experiences and people in it. So there's a really good gender balance in there. There's a balance of professionals and amateurs, and for me personally, I find that really inspiring because it makes me feel like this is something I could do one day perhaps, and something else you could do, or anyone could really do if they put their mind to it. And it's more about the people going through the experiences and putting their minds to it and achieving something, and that is really cool and inspiring. Yeah, so that's Sidetracked. A bit shorter, but equally good. Get this if you want to get inspired.
So my second pick is 26, which is a magazine by Larson and Jennings, who are watchmakers. I really like this magazine for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the print of it is just stunning. It's printed on uncoated paper, so it has a texture to it that just makes you feel like you're a part of the magazine, and I really love that. And the second thing is that it's based on a topic, so it's not really a travel magazine because it's about the watches as well, but it takes the concept of space and time and explores that. So there's a beautiful section in the middle that's just paper cutout imagery, and it explores places within that concept as well, and it's something that I would love to translate into my own travel photography, and that's why I find it really inspiring.
So that's it. Thank you for watching March's Things episode. We'll be doing a Things episode every month now. So if you want more of this, remember to subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a little like. Thank you for watching. See you guys later.